Hello there, everyone.
All
Welcome
right.
to a deck profile for Universe 7.
Yeah. So we figured we haven't done one of these in a while. Actually, I think the last deck profile we did on this channel was Ron's second place qualifier, Red Frieza,
Oof.
and that was Clash of Fates. So we're a couple sets removed. So we figured we'd do a couple deck profiles for you guys. We saw a comment on the Kefla Surge video that we were asked to do a deck profile as well. So we need to start bringing these more to the channel. We're gonna do Meta Cooler next.
I guess it's
And
saying it's part of the meta now.
Yeah, I mean, is he? Oh yeah,
Yes.
because you had that Path to Greatness build. So yeah, so we will bring that to you next. But we're gonna start right now with Paul's U7 Surge deck. And
Uh,
so Paul, why don't you read us what Sun Goku is all about?
so this is a Surge leader. So his front side is activate battle. When this card is in a battle, choose one extra card in your hand, place it in your drop area, choose up to one card in your life, add it to your hand, draw one card, and it gets plus 5,000, and this skill is negated for the duration of the battle. So you do it once per battle if you just want to, awaken faster or just survive hits that are like a critical or anything like that. And
Because
then
it's
it's
on your turn or your opponent's turn.
yeah, and then awaken surge. Choose one red card and one blue card in your hand and place it under this card. You may draw three cards, then choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode and flip this card over. You can use your multicolors for either or, but still have to have two no matter what. And then its front flip side is limit surpass Ultra Instinct Son Goku. It's activate main or battle once per turn if your life is at 5 or less, and you choose one card in this card and place it in its owner drop area. Choose one. If you have a Universe 7 in play, draw one card. Then your opponent reveals their hand, choose up to one extra card or battle card with 35,000 power or less, and place it in their drop area. It's really good for information, taking out any pesky negates if you need to, or a battle card you don't want to see.
Like super combos.
Yeah. And then its other effect is same thing. You drop one card from under this card into the grave. Choose up to three multicolor extra cards with different names in your drop area and or warp and add it to your hand.
So that's really useful if you do things like
Limits surpass.
we do limit surpassed, or if you do
The androids.
oppression, or condemnation. I mean, sorry, Emperor's Death Beam. So that way, when you warp the cards, you can get them back, and they're not gone forever.
No. And then we're gonna go into the deck. All right, we play. This is the second draft from the video that you guys saw, but it's almost the same. I'm still tweaking it around in general. We play two copies of Whis' Tournament Spectator. So what it does is it fetches your field spell, which is a Tournament of Power. So you just play it and get to search directly for the card you want to see that card later on. I'll show you as fast as possible. And I play, or as of right now, two. I'm still back and forth for two or three. Next, we play two Ultra Instinct Son Goku Battle Mastery. So when you play this card from your hand, look at the top three cards from your deck, choose up to one multicolor extra card among them, and add it to your hand. Then place the remaining in any order at the top or at the bottom of your deck. And then its other autos: when this card is KO'd or removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, choose up to one multicolored extra card in your drop area and add it to your hand. So I like this card because you at least get to check the top three. Even if you don't pull something, you get to put it in any order. And if you hit multiples, you get to set it in order. And if you have any of your other multicolored extra cards, you get to pick up those cards when you activate their effects in the drop area too. And then we play two our super combos, two Beerus. When this one is played on your opponent's turn, when you combo with this on your opponent's turn, you get to reset one of your multicolored energies. And then two of the just draw one in general super combos from the other set.
That one activates at 5 life if you
Yes,
have
at
a
five life.
U7
Yes.
leader, right?
This one it doesn't matter. This one is at 5 life or left. Yes, this only works on your opponent's turn. Man, if it worked on your turn,
The play extensions would be ridiculous.
oh yeah,
SS3 would be unstoppable again.
I play two TN Spirit Vanishers. What this card is, you get to activate main, choose two red or blue extra cards in your hand, so multicolor extra cards work too, and place them in your drop area. You play this card from your hand. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 20,000 power for the duration of the turn. So if you want to ram over a battle card or just instantly kill one of the pesky ones, and it's what it is. And then I play two copies of Spirit Vanisher. Android 17. It is the same effect as TN, which is you drop two multi cards from your hand to play it, And then when this card is KO'd or KOs an opponent's battle card, you get to choose one red-blue multicolor extra card from your drop area or warp and add it to your hand. So I like to play this one because, if you kill a monster, you get a free card from your grave or warp, or when it dies, you get another card back. But at least it's a body that does something when it leaves in general. And then we play 3. I'm trying to get a 4th one for SSB Vegeta Inspired Technique. This is one of the heart and souls of the card. It has one of the new keywords called Invoker. Where if you were to play a red-blue multicolor extra card, you just have to rest one red-blue multicolor from your energy to pay the entire cost. So if you have like a 2-cost card, you just play one red-blue, just rest one, and it pays the entire cost. And it has Barrier and Deflect, which is why it's really, really good.
So that card's coming down whether you like it or not.
Yeah, no matter what. And then for other cards, we play 1 copy. This one, the high drops I'm playing over, High Energy Explosion. So what it does is when you play this card, you choose 3 of your energy cards and put them in the drop area. Then you choose 3 multicolor energy, different names, and then you add it into your energy again. You add active, ignoring their energy exhaust. So you pay 6 and you reset 3, which is really good to extend your plays and other stuff like that. And you can combo this card with its other effect, which is when you deal a damage to your opponent via an ability, I think it is, for an extra card, you just burn them again. So there's another card that's specifically done is you'll be doing 2 damages basically when you hit that card. And then the other card
does extra damage if a card in general. So
yes.
It's not just
it's not just the other card that's in the deck.
It's not just extra cards.
So the other card I do play is Son Goku Limits Surpassed. This one, it has Triple Strike, Deflect, and Energy Exhaust. Activate main, choose 2 red-blue multicolor extra cards from your hand or drop area and send them to your warp. Oh, that's good. I forgot that warp part. Choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards and it gets minus 5,000 power for duration turn. Then switch this card for active. So this is basically one of the finishers for the deck because you just keep restanding and attack for triple again and again and as much as you can. Worst case scenario, they're just dropping cards to attempt to defend themselves. And then this card is not needed, but hey, I have it, so why not try and play it? The Apex of Power, which is basically Victory Strike version 2. It's not as overpowered, but hey, it's Victory Strike, because why not be degenerate when we can?
And it has Invoker, which I think is hilarious enough, so
yeah.
even if your opponent does manage to survive it, you have Invoker.
You can still play your other multi-battle, red-blue multi-battle for 1 red multicolor energy, red-blue multicolor energy, which, yeah, that's hilarious. So its effect is you play 3 blue and 2 red, and then you play it from your hand, and for until the end of your opponent's next turn, their cards are negated except their extra cards. So if anything will stop these multi negates, but blockers and stuff like that do not trigger.
Also, your leader card gets negated because it says non-extra.
Yeah.
But you have to have at least 5 red or blue or multicolor cards in your drop area.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's part of it. Yeah. Yes. And then we're playing, this is the card I was talking about that we searches out for. Tournament of Power, it's the field spell. Honestly, in my opinion, this should have been for all Universe cards, but for some reason made it just Universe 7. But it's a field spell. Permanent, if your leader is Universe 7, negate the exhaust of your red-blue multicolors cards in all areas. So when you charge a card, and you charge any of these cards, it comes in active, which is pretty good. If your leader, it's other activate main. If your leader is Universe 7 and you switch this card to rest mode, you get to check top 3 of your deck and place them in any order, top or bottom. That's actually really good because information is power. And then with your other cards, you can trigger effects to add more cards from your drop area you remove to your hand, which I'll explain later. We play 3. We are Universe 7. It is Universe 7 version 2, representatives of Universe 7. Activate main, choose 1. Choose up to 1 Universe 7 card from your drop area and add it to your hand. Honestly, that's what the old one needed. And then its other effect is choose up to 1 Universe 7 card with an energy cost of 4 or less from your deck and then add it to your hand and then shuffle. It's really good for cards if you're missing any of your low pieces or getting something back that died. And then for extra cards now we're going to get into, we play 3 Sensu Beans because Sensu Beans, we play 3 Dimension Magics.
Because Sensu Bean.
Sensu Bean.
I mean, you can't fight that logic.
And then 3 Dimension Magics because, these are all, if you charge any of these are still considered blue too, so you get to reset them. And then we play 2 Instinct for Appraisals. What this card does, is it is a counter attack, negate the attack, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's leader or battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000 for duration of the turn. So it can technically stop 3 attacks, or alter them, because you can negate one and then modify their attack power so they'll drop. That it won't touch you.
And it becomes a 1-drop because it's a multi-blue color energy, so Invoker makes it a 1-drop negate instead of a 2-drop.
And then we have Tyranny's Cost. It is basically Pot of Greed, which when you play with Invoker, it has Energy Exhaust, activate main, draw 2 cards. If your opponent has 11 or more cards in their hand, they choose cards in their hands and shuffle them into the deck until they have 10 cards in their hand. So mostly you're doing this for the draw too, but hey, if your opponent has a big book for hand, you get to affect them too. And then we play 2 combination attacks. It's a activate battle. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less. Return it to its owner hand, and choose up to 1 of your red or blue energy, and then switch it to active. So when you use Invoker on this one, you're just basically doing it for free because you're resting 1 multicolor energy if you charge it, and then you're just gonna restand the same one because it's red or blue. And then we play 3 Emperor's Death Beam. This one is activate main or battle. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 30,000 power for the duration of the turn. And then activate battle. Activate main. Send this card from your drop area to your warp. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a multicolored extra card, you may add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it to the top of your deck. So that's where it comes in when if you check your top cards with Battle Master, or if you check your top cards with Tournament of Power. And if you know you're going to guaranteed one, you can just activate this from your grave and just add it to your hand for free cards. This, when we play 2, we are in this together. It is a 4-drop. Activate main. If your leader is U7 card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 25 power or less, or KO them. And then its other effect is activate main. You pay 1 red. If your leader is a U7 card, add this card from your drop area to your hand. Most of the time, you won't be using this for your wiping the board because it doesn't get over barrier. But where this card really shines is that you can use it for cards that have drop effects. Like this one, when you use this to awaken Surge, you can drop it and then you can pay 1 red to get it back. Especially when you can pay cards to summon these guys, you can drop them, pay 1, get rid of it back. It's just its recyclability is what really shines through. And then we play 3 of a really good multicolor red blue card. We play 3 Royal Condemns. Sorry, Royal Condemnation.
I love Royal Condemnation, Paul. Why don't you explain why I love this card so much?
It is a counterplay card. If your leader card is Universe 7, if a battle card being played...
Wait, I'm sorry, Paul. Hold on. Why did you give me this card? Show off the bling.
If the battle card being played has an energy cost of 8 or less, it is placed at the bottom of its owner's deck instead of being played. 8 or less is a big range.
Yeah, also, how much does it cost, Paul?
So, because it's a red... Well, it costs 4.
Okay.
But, since it is a red-blue multicolor extra card, your Vegeta has Invoker, making it cost 1 red-blue multicolor energy. And then its other effect is just like Frieza, where you get to remove it from your drop area, to the warp, look at the top card, and then if it's a multicolor extra card, add it to your hand. It's a pretty okay card.
My salt aside, it's a very good card.
Yeah.
But that's just because I'm a salty bastard.
And the last
Hashtag Soul Life.
And the last 3 cards we play are Catastrophic Blow, which is the card that most of you would combo with this Goku Hydrogen Explosion. Activate main. If you have a red-blue multicolor Son Goku card in play, so mostly this one, if you have no other battle cards, deal 1 damage to your opponent. And then, so your leader doesn't count, just so people just ever get confused, because there was a thing. This doesn't count as being in play. It is a leader card, separate area in of itself. And then its other effect, just like Vegeta, it's just like the Condemnation and the Roll, you get to remove it from your grave, and then check the top card and add it to your hand. Mostly, you get this card, you charge it if you want early game, and then just use it whatever chance to just burn your opponent. And that's deck profile.
And I do want to say, the one thing I do like about Catastrophic Blow is it says, if you have a Son Goku, or there are no battle cards in your area. So if your opponent finds a way to wipe your board, but they're at 1 life, you go, hey, tap 5, and fuck off. Them.
Yep.
So like stuff like that. It's a very good deck. We actually just got the Instinctive Appraisals and the Instinct Surpass, at least 2 of them, in today. So shout out to my man Roger W., who sent those out. Thanks a lot, buddy. So this is kind of
This is still a rough draft, still a work in progress, but this second version and keep working with it. And that's the deck profile, though.
So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any ideas for what you think might do well in the deck, or if you have any
please. Any opinions is great.
Yeah, any constructive criticism will be welcome. Anyone who spits on condemnation, though, will become a moderator on my Twitch stream, though, just saying. So
will be condemned.
Will be condemned to be a moderator for my 4-person streams. But all right, hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.
Ciao.